What page are you? Okay, so let's take a look. Previously, we are in the Kundalini healing, and why are there 125,000 kriya? It mentioned here Kundalini heals the disease. Okay, it will repair the DNAs and restore to its original sequence, thereby destroying the cause of the disease. Okay, sorry, maybe before I start, I prefer start from here. Okay, here the related topic is what is the Kundalini, the cosmic Sakti, all right. Then we go to the Kundalini, the frequently asked questions, and begin our syllabus. We understand that the symptom of Kundalini awakening. Then we know Siddha Yoga. Then we also know awakening of the Shaktipa meditation and self awakening, and 4 stages of the Siddha yogi initial stage. Class, I would like to emphasize that the new set of the notes is regards the 4 stages of Siddha yogi. Meaning to say that once you practice the qigong, how far you can progress, you will know from this set of notes. Okay. Now some is regards the video clip. Okay, so we have finished the what is kriya and why kriya happens. Now we are in the 125 different types of the kriya. So in previous lessons about that, only after healing or curing diseases is not the goal of the Siddha Yoga. It's just a byproduct. Okay, and besides the healing and curing disease, basically the psychic itself also is the byproduct if it comes to you. All right, only after consistent efforts of several decades you will get the benefit. Okay, now we go to the new part. How can Kundalini have power to heal? Mr. Leon, can you please write it out?
You can ask Sally to read first because I'm searching the page.
Oh, you are searching the page. Okay, so Sally, can you please read it out? How can Kundalini?
How can Kundalini have power to heal? The science behind the healing is the kriyas that occur after awakening. The primary objective of kriyas is the purification of 72,000 nadis, subtle energy channels in the seeker. Only those kriyas will happen to the seeker where the purification is required. Every seeker has different blockages, karma impressions, and therefore cleaning of those blockages, she must have different processes. This is the exact reason why every sadhaka will have different kriyas, and also the kriyas will differ in various stages of spiritual development. This again is the reason why kriyas must eventually stop when most of the spiritual body is purified. Siddha Yoga rarely works as a healer of diseases. The speed at which Kundalini works, it can hardly overtake an already developed disease, for example, say cancer. In many cases, where the disease has advanced to a deeper level, and therefore Siddha Yoga is not effective, even though it is powerful. Kundalini awakening is not the answer for physical problems like diseases one may have.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, the spelling here wrong one, diseases.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, let's take a look. Here the question is regards to Kundalini healing and why are there 125,000 kriya? It talk about we have finished here already. Okay, according to the second paragraph, the primary objective of kriya is the purification of the 72,000 nadi is the seeker. Okay, according to this text, meaning to say that why how should I put it out? The reason why we practice the Qigong is to clear the blockage. And by clearing the once the blockage, once we try to clear our blockage, we will perform different kriya or the movement. Like what we see in this diagram. Let's take a look. Sometimes, all right, there's a nadi which is circulate our body from front to the back. Once the energy move up and down, we will start to shake front and back. Okay, so this is one of the motion. All right, so let's take a look to the second diagram. All right, there is some there's some nerve also circular according to the right or left along the body. Or once the energy move through the nerve, we will shake our body from left to right. So that is that is the reason why. That is the explanation here. There's a reason for the explanation here. Mention that in order to clear the blockage, so we will develop with a different motion. But he say again, the kriya must eventually stop with most of the spiritual body is purified. Well, I think this is true. Once all the motion, once all the nadi have already been clarified or the blockage have been clear, you should be stopped without movement. But there's another reason for the movement. According to this book, okay. According to this book, if let's say the motion also partly the motion not just because due to the nerve but also due to the chakra. Once we start to do all the hand signs, is signifying that the clearing of the chakra in the navi part, okay, and also in the heart chakra, both involved. Once there is some hand side movement, all right. And if let's say we stop without any movement, the development of chakra has already been reached to the crown chakra and the Ajna chakra. So meaning to say that basically, if you are a good meditator in Anapanasati, once you shift to the Qigong, usually without any motion. You get it? Without any motion. Why? If you do very well in Anapanasati, when the moment you reach a very the moment once you reach a good state of the calm, basically all the nadi has been cleared and also the blockage have been purified already. So that's the reason. So from here we can have two reasons. If without any motion, partly because the chakra activation has already been reached to the crown and Ajna chakra. Second, all the meridian have been clear already. Okay, it happens to Sally. Sally very obvious. We don't see any motions since she does well in Anapanasati. Okay, and then once you shift to this Qigong, it doesn't show much movement. But anyway, if let's say you wound yourself, or maybe with the wrong sleeping posture, maybe you hurt yourself, and then the energy will go to cure it again. Okay, so that is the logic. The motion, you can use it wherever you want. Once you go to the certain stage. Okay. Next. Okay, but according here, he said that it can hardly overtake and already developed disease as the already diseases. For example, say cancer. Okay, I think there's a controversy issue regards this particular part. Basically, Qigong is quite good, especially for the chronic disease. Chronic disease meaning to say that you got a diabetes, high blood pressure. This is so-called the chronic disease. They are quite helpful in chronic disease. But if let's say you go to this type of cancer or what, I think it is quite difficult. But since you don't have much, if let's say you don't have much, how to say, healing method. If you don't have much choice, especially maybe in radiotherapy or the chemotherapy, and you really try out, and also it doesn't work for you, the last resort, it might be the Qigong. Well, according to some unofficial statistic, the way I hear Qigong is the ones, I mean, it's the Qigong which is quite famous in healing the cancer. I see Elena, you agree with it? You heard about that, right?
Yeah, because I got a friend who has got cancer. At least 2 or 3 of them. So they calling Qigong and they feel better.
Yeah, that's starting. Yeah. Anyway, I think we can hardly say what is the best Qigong for you. Okay, it depends on who is your teacher, and also are you the right person to practice. You know what I mean? If let's say the Qigong doesn't fit you, even though the name, the unofficial statistic in calling Qigong show very nice, the reputation is so good, but it doesn't work for you, it is useless. Okay, maybe Zhe-Fa Gong is not that famous, but let's say once you start moving, there's a motion, I mean, there's a kriya happen to you, I think there's a hope. Okay, in this book, actually, at the end, there's a one case. Okay, the guy have a very serious disease, and I think his big intestine have been cut for 2/3 due to, I think, contamination. 2/3 have been cut off already, you know. Oh, it's very serious. But finally, the guy practice this Zhe-Fa Gong and getting recovered. I think due to intoxication. Again, basically, for Qigong, so far we don't. We don't have big data to support ourselves. We can hardly to get the big data. Maybe it really takes time for us to accumulate enough the data to prove to people that the Qigong is the Qigong is really useful for this part. But again, if let's say without any big data, I think there is an exception in China. In China, there is some institution which is specifically to study the Qigong and learn the Qigong and practice the Qigong and teach the Qigong. But I think the data might be available in China. But the reason is here in Erdi, we discourage healing people. I define Erdi as an education center rather than healing center. So please don't try to bring in more patients to me. Just bring me the Buddhist only. If you are Buddhist, you got sickness, I'm willing to help you to heal and then do the practice, the Buddhism, you know. Basically, if you get many patients to come after they heal, they might not continue with the Buddhism. I don't think so. Am I right? Because the purpose is for healing. Once they got recovered, they say bye-bye to you. Maybe they will be thankful to me and give me a big ang bao, but that's all. But this is not my purpose. Okay, so remember. Okay, next. Okay, it's a scientific reason behind Kundalini, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Leong, are you ready to read?
Ready. Scientific reason behind Kundalini healing. Kundalini kriyas will even correct the distorted DNAs. An average individual who who claims he is believer in science without knowing science will reject the concept that Kundalini can repair the DNAs. So here is one scientific reference that explains the reasoning and process behind how and why Kundalini repair DNAs. A gentleman named Gary, who describes himself as a Kundalini awakened American engineer, wrote the following explanation for his theory about a mechanism for DNA repair in the body. Regarding Huxon's negative result, for processes that involve Kundalini. Cell cultures contain pranic energy, and they lack nadis or subtle energy channels carrying prana and Kundalini. As Kundalini generally oversees and directs the use of OMIs, these OMIs actions in vitro will be substantially in part and much less effective than in vitro. Some have asked incredulously and sometimes vituporously how DNA could possibly be repaired and restored to its original sequence by anything once damaged. I have listened to several such exchanges. Some apparently believe that once the DNA is damaged, nothing remains to base a correction on, and hence have difficulty understanding how OMIs or anything else would know how to fix sequencing damage once it has occurred, as assuming, of course, that both halves of the DNA have been altered. Each of us have a etheric double, which is the cause sets of the subtle counterparts of our physical body. These and some subplanes of the astral, the levels or home of the elemental associated with the inert consciousness of the physical body. This is a separate consciousness, like those I touched on in explaining the nature of consciousness in the matter earlier. Regardless of the physical damage cellular DNA may sustain, such as by ionizing radiation, phage-induced mutations, etc. The subtle template is always there, and though it may be depleted of vitality, it is not susceptible to these sorts of structures. It is around this present organizational form that our bodies grew. In genomic expression, once the individualization phase began in later fetal progress, every molecule related to the organization and structure has its subtle counterpart within it. This is the same matrix which have been observed in the phantom leaf effect, example in Kirlian photography. Kundalini and OMIs both function in large part in the fourth dimension astral levels. The original subtle backup copy of the DNA is already readily available to them at the precise place where it is needed, right at the damaged site in the errant cell's DNA. The subtle part lies superimposed fourth dimensionally, right where the physical part is. There is no problem at all. In seeing where the two don't agree, there are a variety of mechanisms that repair DNA. In some cases, given sufficient OMIs in the system, Kundalini simply uses the OMIs as a mechanism, like a right head, so to speak, in repairing the damage. OMIs are used to transfer a resonance from the subtle template to the guide the genus Chromomerus, endonuclease, and other various enzymes in removing and recoding the damaged base sequences. Each of the base has a distinct vibrational signature, which the enzymes have no problem at all in recognizing.
Mr. Leong can stop for it, huh? Okay, well, I think I think this part is quite how should I put it? It's too technical part, especially involve the army and the DNA. It's too technical part. I mean, for the time being, maybe preferably we go to the more theoretical part, especially involving the explanation for the kriya, is better. Now my class will ignore this. We go to here. How sadhaka should look at the kriya. This should be read as a sadhaka. I think maybe A or beta, something like that. We pronounce as a sadhaka. Okay, Elena, please go through this. Okay, how sadhaka should look at kriyas.
There is a tendency for sadhaka to dwell on what experiences they are having and which ones they aren't, and being concerned if they are not making appropriate progress. Almost all of mystic experiences kriyas as the goal. That is not true. Divine experiences are nothing more than signs on the route to divine, more than the signs that they stand as distraction and obstacles on the path of divine. Kriyas are neither the goal of spiritual efforts, nor are they the measures of progress made by sadhaka. It is always good to have experiences and visualization during meditation because they are encouraging signs for the seeker. You should enjoy the feeling of bliss you get in experiences and always ignore all the experiences you may get. Both the things are extremely necessary for true spiritual progress. In my view, thinking too much into kriyas is a waste of time.
Okay, thank you so much. I think this is a good question to ask that how should we properly view the kriya, especially the motions during the qigong. Okay, well, I think the proper way, as it said, that the kriya itself is not the goal. Okay, kriya itself is not the goal. For us, nibbana is our main goal. All right. In order to attain the nibbana, we need samadhi. So samadhi is the second goal. Okay. In order to get samadhi, we must have a healthy body. We must got a healthy body, and the kriya helps it to get a healthy body. Okay, meaning to say that I think if compare the yoga, I mean the orthodox traditional yoga and the qigong, it happens that the orthodox yoga, they always remain in the yoga posture. I don't know whether you realize or not. If you go to the so-called yoga center, actually they are asana center. In the center, they will teach you the proper way how to do the hip standing and the shoulder standing. And they just, once you get a nice posture there and with the sweating and feel healthy, that's issue. No more issue already for them. But for here, in order to avoid, we always reduce the kriya. We will specify some time, only maybe a small portion of time for the kriya from the yoga posture. And then finally, we must go to the meditation. So meditation, the attainment of the samadhi and also the vipassana is our main goal. That will be correct. You get the point, not? So you see, basically here, we will do some qigong or do some yoga, but the time shouldn't be too long. It can be long for the beginner, but later on, once we go to our stage, you've been here for many years, we don't spend too much time there, okay? Unless your foundation is not good, you are not healthy, then we spend more time in the yoga in order to make you can concentrate better. Basically, the kriya will finish. There is an ending for the kriya. After you move your hand, your leg, okay, then you start open all the chakra. Finally, there will be no more motion. Okay? But basically, some people have a wrong perception that they are looking for the motion. You know this or not? Usually, once we have a collective interview, sometimes they're very admired that they say, I don't have any motion, no kriya, but these people move like that, that people move like that, they are so admired. But actually, it is wrong. Sometimes without motion is the best. But we have to check whether you practice wrongly or because you really don't have any motion. Okay. This is the perception is quite same there. Psychic. If let's say the psychic develop along the process, please ignore the psychic. Sometimes psychic itself, nimitta itself, all this type of attainment can become an obstacle to really attain the jhana and also the nibbana. The reason is why psychic or the kriya in the qigong, like ability to heal people, is very interesting. If let's say I go to establish a healing center that really cause an obstacle to me. Why? Because once you go into the heal people, there is another area, then you no more time for yourself to further meditation already. Same, if let's say you put your time to play the psychic, you're helping people maybe just to catch the ghosts, maybe do all these things, then you really spend all your time there and you don't have your time for meditation. So remember, if you got a very good attainment, please just keep quiet and don't use it, and don't and don't misuse it. Keep your nimitta. Sadly, I think the way you heal people might be use your nimitta. But once you use your nimitta to heal the people, the energy will be channeled out, and then the samadhi will retrogress. And same like Mr. Leong and Mrs. Leong, the way I see you can heal people. After you're healing people, usually you will feel weak. Then you have to need time to restore the energy, meaning to say that you keep on doing all these things without develop to the crown chakra. So you get the point. So that's the gist for this part. Is start to keep on mentioning us that don't waste too much time in the kriya. Any question? Clear? Clear. Okay, now next we go to the this paragraph. Whose turn? I think Sally, right? Please, Sally.
If Kriya's divine experiences are not the goal, then what is the goal? The ultimate goal for each sadhak is self-realization. The fact that most of the spiritual practitioners are not even aware of this. Everyone's mind is generally focused on having the Kriya's divine experience. They feel they have achieved God after having divine experience. This is simply not true. Sadhak progresses on the path, The value of experiences should go down, and the value of purity of thought, actions, and speech should become extremely important. The union with God, attainment of the bliss, is the final goal of Siddha Yoga, every other yoga. The highest ideal for every sadhak practitioner is the Siddha Avastha, that is a state of perfection, or moksha, that is the release from the cycle of birth and death. As a result of the knowledge of self, a yogi has nothing left but balance, which is yet to be acquired for anyone, including himself, after attaining the state of Siddha Avastha, self-realization.
Okay, thank you so much, Shafi. Class, the article is written by the Indian yogi. It's from Yogaism. Do you see? Do you notice that there's quite a lot of similarity between both of them?
Yes.
With the Buddhism? Yes. You see the terms are self-realization, cycle of birth and
Self-realization.
death. Right? You see a lot of similarity, right? Okay. But one thing is the difference is this: the union with the God. According to the Yogaism, union with the God is their ultimate goal. But for us, it's Nibbana. There's the difference, okay? Well, the way we see the union with the God is similar with the Taoism. Taoism, they call it 天人合一, same lah, union with the God lah. Okay, the way we see union with the God should be the jhana only. The way we see it lah, and Vipassana is the very unique which is available in Buddhism only. And they don't do any Vipassana. That is the difference between both of us. And basically, for those who practice the Kundalini, or like for those who practice the Qigong, they will just they just hope that the Qigong can raise up, okay, can show the kriya, the motion, and they think that is the feeling of a God. Well, this is quite true that this Qigong actually is neutral by itself, but it depends how do you use it. Remember, I was telling you all that Christian does use this Qigong to prove the existence and power of God, remember? Christian, there's one set of the Christian, they're using the music. They will try to play the music with the 10 hertz. Once they play the 10 hertz, okay, 10 hertz of the rhythm, then people will start have the qigong, have qigong already. And they claim that, you see, okay, when they run this in the big hall, you will see that some people run, some people scream, some people walk downwards. All these things is exactly same the qigong we see. So they will use it and say, oh, this is the message from the God. Okay, this is the power of the God. So you all should succumb to the God. You see, that is how the Christian do. For this yogaism, for this Kundalini yogi is the same only. So the thing might be this is they will think that this is the experience and this will be the ultimate truth by itself. But for us, since I'm a Buddhist, and I have a very clear the way how to attain to the Nibbana. We are very clear step by step, and we know that this kriya motion it can only fit the part in between the sila and also the samadhi. So I can put it properly here. You see, if let's say I don't have the whole concept regarding how should I put it? If I don't have a very clear steps from sila to the nibbana, we will be confused by the qigong. Am I right? See or not? We surely will be confused by the qigong because from the qigong, we see many motion, we see we are getting healthy, and then finally sometimes people will just sit and quiet. If let's say it's the qigong center, where could they guide them further? It really depends whether they have ultimate goal or not. If they don't have, they just keep on with this stage and finally turn themselves become the healing center. So I think you have to bear in mind that for the outsider, they don't understand that we have a very clear step in Buddhism cultivation. They will thought that we use this qigong to replace the Buddhism, and the qigong itself is the ultimate goal of the Buddhism. Some, I worry they will misinterpret in this way. So please clarify for them. We just use this, put it to the part of the Ashtanga yoga. So let me show you. Okay, today I cut the. The notes I cut to you all is not. Oh, we still got a lot. Okay. Okay. Let's go through the below part, and then there's an answer. How should we fit this kriya kundalini to our practice of our Eight Noble Path? Okay. Whose turn? Kriya and kundalini. Yeah, Mr. Leong, please.
Kriyas and Kundalini. What beginners need to know about these ancient yoga techniques? Kriyas are most often associated with the Kundalini yoga and those quick repetitive movements that define the practice. Pretty much of all the movements in Kundalini yoga are referred to as kriyas, and they are meant to help release the Kundalini energy, which is said to be coiled at the bottom of the spine, lying dormant until the energy is set free. Freeing Kundalini energy is an advanced practice and is best done with the guidance of an experienced yoga instructor or spiritual guide. However, the information below will help you get a better understanding about what to expect from this ancient yogic practice before attempting to add it to your practice. Health benefits of kriyas and kundalini. It is said that when kundalini energy is set free, it can heal and enlighten a person in amazing ways. Some people are drawn to the practice of Kundalini yoga for this reason alone. However, these kriyas number of health benefits and can be practiced for other purposes and those having to do with the awakening of the Kundalini energy.
Line is back. Inshallah. Freezing now, right? Elena, do you see they are freezing now? Are you freezing also, Elena?
No, I'm not.
You're not freezing, okay? They are freezing already.
That cold.
What? Say what?
It's not that cold. How to freeze?
For starters, they work to define. Finally, they balance a prana and restore energy both mentally and physically. Kriyas and their health benefits aren't exclusive to Kundalini yoga. One and of a Hatha Yoga Kriya is called Noli Kriya. This one is really effective in getting the prana flowing freely in the body. It's also great for improving digestion. It's an abdominal movement in which we massage the organs of the abdominal region by contracting the muscles in this area and moving from side to side. You will want to do this kriya on an empty stomach and skip it altogether if you are menstruating, pregnant, have high blood pressure, ulcers, hernias, or heart disease.
Thank you so much. Just now you were freezing, Mr. Leong.
Fine.
Okay, class, let's take a look. The most basic technology here will be kriya and the spontaneous qigong. In the yogaism, they name it as kundalini yoga or kriya yoga. So that is the different name to describe, and this is and the way I see it, like kriya or kundalini yoga, more with the Indian flavor. The way I see it, am I right? When you talk about qigong, spontaneous qigong, more in Chinese flavor, am I right? It sounds quite different, but actually it's the same thing only. Why? The reason is the benefit it mentioned here, especially in Erdi, the way I see, 2/3 of the people in the middle stage, they develop asanas. And another 1/3 people, they develop the Tai Chi. So meaning to say that both are included in this Kundalini, Qigong or spontaneous Qigong. They are the same thing with me. So now take a look. Here, that is the basic concept is, I think we mentioned it before, Kundalini Yoga will release the Kundalini energy. Where is the energy? It's at the bottom of the spine. Remember what is the animals as a symbolic for the Kundalini? Anyone can answer?
Snake.
Yes. Snake. Yeah, snake, right? How it? What is the special feature for the snake?
The head.
Right.
The call.
The call, yeah. Kundalini. Yes, take a look. Yeah. See, the snake, see or not? The snake. Once we try to wake up the snake, just to release the energy of Kundalini, it will crawl up and start to union with the God, according to the, how to say, the yogaism, see. Okay, luckily, all of you have a strong foundation of the Buddhism. If the foundation of Buddhism not that strong, I think this is discouraged to go too deep with this one. Because we don't want the Buddhists finally turn up become a yogaism. No, this we shouldn't let. I shouldn't let this thing happen. But anyway, since all of you have a strong basis of the Buddhism, you see, so this is the way for the yogaism and two for the Taoism. The energy is lying dormant at the bottom of our spine. Bottom of the spine, and around 2 to 3 round circulate the spine, and here is the sources for the energy, and it will be very powerful. Okay, to make it crawl up to get the union, in order to union with the God according to the yogaism. What happened if, let's say, you practice the Buddhism, it doesn't work, but you do this yogaism. I mean, it's very easy for you to wake up the snake and crawl up here to unify with the God. If it happens to you, what to do? But from the bottom of your mind, you deeply deem yourself as a Buddhist, but the Buddhism way doesn't work. So what can you do, Sally? If it happened to you, what can you do?
What happened to me? What happened to me?
If it happened to you, what can you do?
Whatever comes. I don't know.
Okay, I think Mr. Leong can elaborate more. What can you do? Oh, they are freezing again. Oh, I disappeared. Elena, this question worth for thinking. Not everybody, the things wouldn't go well and go accordingly to everybody. Sometimes we thought, okay, we are the Buddhists, but it doesn't mean the Buddhism method of practicing is valid for you. I think maybe partially due to the past life.
Present moment, so that we can what you call our mind does not wander away.
No, Mr. Leong, what I mean is, okay, if let's say it is very easy for you to awaken the Kundalini, all right, but
Yes.
but you deem yourself as a Buddhism, but the Buddhist way of meditation doesn't work for you. So what will you do, Mr. Leong?
For that we have to what you call differentiate the Kundalini and the teachings of Buddhism as pertaining to the suttas.
Okay, but maybe I can put it like this. Okay, once you meditate using the Kundalini way, are you going to continue practice the Kundalini way even though it is not available in Nikaya Sutta, even though it is not available there? Will you continue practice it? it is so effective to you.
But if it enhances our meditation technique, I think we can use it. We use it as a tool to what you call to enhance our meditation.
I think Mr. Leong is considered and quite open-minded Buddhist. Yes, I agree with you. No, this is what we are doing here. You see or not? Okay. Even though it doesn't stated in our Buddhism sutra, but it works, you know. But one thing is, we don't want to make ourselves become dilemma also. We don't want to create conflict within ourselves. So we must know. Even though we achieve quite well the Kundalini yoga, but we have to find this. We have to find its position in our Buddhism. We have to get where is that position is. Okay, we put them in the proper position. So meaning to say that this is one of the two only. It's not the final goal. Once we attain, okay, let's say we experience the unify with the God already. Okay, then we have to check what stage are we in the Buddhism, in the eye of the definition of the Buddhism. If let's say it is a samadhi only, then from here we connect ourselves to the Vipassana. They will be fine. Am I right? Sally, am I answering you my question?
No.
Why no? Why no? Yes, Elena. Am I answering the question which I asked you? Why? Why no? Why? I don't understand why.
I don't know how to explain. That's not what I want.
Yeah, Mr. Leong, do you understand what I'm talking about?
Actually, not fully, because we do not have the sampajana with us of clear understand comprehension. So that's why we sometimes doubt ourselves, doubtful. And how can we relate this Kundalini or Qigong to enhance our meditation, whether it is right or wrong, according to Buddhism's what you call teachings?
No, what I mean, it is very important that we have to understand that, okay, the how to say awakening of the Kundalini in which stages in the Buddhism. As long as we get this point, then we'll be fine already. You can make it as a tool. You see, Mr. Leong, if we don't knowing the theory behind, how can we use it as a tool? Once we use it as a tool, meaning to say that we really understand the theory behind it and the level it's level in our Buddhism. Quite sure we have to know that. If we don't know that, how can we use it as a tool? Am I right? Okay. So, never mind. Sally and Elena maybe need take times to get the comprehension as Mr. Leong possess. Okay. I'm so happy. I think maybe Mr. Leong exposed a lot to the Theravada and Mahayana. So you really you really take a deep consideration regards this issue. And you have to try to how to merge all the things, Mahayana Theravada. So you really think well. If let's say you are able to integrate the method between Mahayana and Theravada, you might be able to integrate the method between the Buddhism and Yogaism only. It's the same only. You must have the, like Mr. Leong, so smart to integrate and incorporate it without create the dilemma.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, without the dilemma, without the conflict. Okay, let's continue. Okay, free the Kundalini is the advanced practice and is best done with the guidance of an experienced yoga instructor. Okay, basically, I learned my Qigong. I think it's about 14, 15 years ago. During my stay in Sabah, okay, I met my teacher. I think the phrase is very correct that when you are ready, your teacher will appear. So before I start the Kundalini yoga, Okay, I have done 5 parts of the qigong, you know, including the asana yoga, then the qigong, tai chi, 18, the qigong 18 sabasic, 18 how to say 18 style, and also the qigong 36 style, and the xianggong also. I tried 5 of it, so the most attainment in my xianggong is my hand is as hot as how to say, as hot as what do you call 火炭咁樣樣but that's the most I can attain only, no more further. Then finally, I met my spontaneous Qigong teacher, and according to him, he commented that my body is full of energy which is unreleased. He said, I don't know, and I also don't know. So once he tried to trigger once he tried to guide me and trigger me, then immediately I respond very well. Then my attainment, the progress go very smooth. For me, once I met my kuchi for second time, I was able to heal him already. Second time only. Once I'm able to heal him, meaning to say that my power is stronger than him. In second time, I met him. So meaning to say that there must be some affinity maybe in the past life also. I work hard also, then it will happen. Okay. So far, our disciple, our student, I have never met the people. The power is strong to heal me. Not yet. But some other people. I encounter this type of people, but they are not our early student. They are outsider. Once I try to go in, I notice that his energy is stronger than me. Okay. Once I go through it smoothly, once a while go back to check with the teacher regarding the Kundalini yoga, and also tell him what happening to me, and he guides me also with the books. But the important thing is once the teacher guide you, and the theory is quite complete, so I have to work hard and feel it, and my ability just gradually build up. Ability to heal, ability to trigger the people energy, all this just keep on and start to be sensitive to the energy. I can feel, maybe the God come or the ghost come immediately. Gradually we get all these things. Once all these things come already, I just don't know why. Somehow I feel that once the student come, I have the intuition to tell me how to teach and how to guide. So this is what happening to me. So I just frankly to tell you all, I think I'm not the best teacher, so I will just guide until the level which I can. Then if you are out of my capacity and capability, I will introduce you to the better teacher. Okay, so no worry. Basically, I will take most precaution step and make sure you are safe. Okay, so next, continue. This is something about the teacher. Okay, about the health and the benefit, all right? Okay, first, you may experience the detoxify and cleanse the body. I don't know whether you experience or not. For me, the first 2 weeks, I think maybe first month after the Kundalini Yoga Qigong, I will try to string my abdomen, I will keep on string my abdomen in this way. I'll let you see whether does it happen to you. Now we but okay, something like that, but not to this level. Something like that, but not to this level. We try to string our navy part. Okay, so after you do the string, the detoxification will happen. overnight. They call it putrefactions. Do you know something called putrefactions? Putrefaction meaning to say that the facet which is stay in our colon for a very long time. Okay, basically every day we will have a bowel evacuation, but we don't fully to evacuate. We don't fully evacuate all the facet out from the body, and the accumulation of the residue will be along the colon. So there will be some detoxification method there. They will try to get rid all this type of residue of the facet in order to attain the better healthy. I remember during my qigong, after 1 month, about 1 month now, I keep on string my navi, and I noticed that all this residue from the colon is being forced to come out. So does it happen to you, Sally? It happens to you, Mr. Leong?
Not actually, but then this 1 or 2 weeks, I started. I don't know why. Before I get up, I automatically don't know doing this exercise on the bed.
Oh yes, sir. You mean you try to string the navi, like?
Staying like the navel or the abdomen, yes.
Very good. That is the advanced practice of the qigong. Sally, does it happen to you? How about Elena? Nothing. Oh, so boring. Because nothing to experience. Meaning to say so boring lah. Okay, Then that's the meaning here. Second is the balancing the nervous system. Well, this is quite hard to explain. So how to balance the nervous system and also the lymphatic system. The only thing is maybe you just feel getting more healthy. Especially, I think what you have in the nervous system is regarding the emotion. Is stability of emotion that is obviously attained after the qigong. For you, Mr. Leong, is stability of emotion attainable after the qigong?
Yes. More calmer. Yes.
Yeah. Sally, yes.
Yes.
How about Elena?
The same.
Nothing mean boring. Okay. Okay. Well, basically, it happens most of the yogi here, so they feel interesting. Why? Because the stability of emotion is valueless. I mean, you can't buy it. It's very difficult for you to buy it. It's very high value. Okay, then finally, it's about the free itself from the stuck emotion, see, and boost the circulation of the body. Boost the circulation of the body. Finally, you are getting more and more healthier, meaning to say that. Okay. Yes. Okay. After maybe many years of practicing a qigong, are you getting more healthy until now? Sally, are you more healthy before compared before you practice the qigong? Are you more healthier?
Sure.
Better,
Sure.
How about Elena? Yes, got something, not nothing. Mr. Leong, Mrs. Leong, more healthier?
Touch wood, so far so good, no sickness.
I don't touch wood. It should be healthier. Don't touching wood only. Now we want to prove the effective qigong. Touch wood.
Yes, actually it's healthier. Yeah.
Yeah, healthier. It should be healthier and then we keep on practice it. Okay. So he say from the for the kriya, it will include the nauli kriya. Well, nauli kriya is the kriya with this, but not a nauli. Nauli kriya. The class, it will happen to you. See, nauli kriya. Does it look horrible? I This is the Nauli Kriya.
Can get six pack already.
Do you feel very horrible? In Qigong, some they will happen like that. For shrinking of the Navy, maybe we didn't go to as deep as this level. It doesn't go to as deep as this level, but shrinking Navy is quite close to the Nauli. It said according to the Nauli, it will enhance the blood circulation, and also the colon will be detoxified. So that is the how should I put it? That is the benefit we can get during the Kundalini yoga. Okay, that is the class for today. Okay. Any questions? No.
Sorry, Sifu. I missed out the highlight because my set of notes dreaming a bit like.
I sent to you.
That one I think after I recap with the study, they also to tell me.
What again? What you mean? Once you come here,
You send to us, then we will just print
Oh,
out.
I thought you to the
Colored one.
okay, I send you the color one. Easy lah, huh? I send you the color
Easier.
one. Easy. Okay. Oh well. Okay. Monday start. Everybody start. Everybody start to resume their work.